Hello and welcome to Montana Shed Center. My name is Jared. I wanted to get into some common questions customers often ask when they're buying a shed. One of the biggest things I hear about is prep work. Now, whether you're going to buy a shed from us or not, I'm hoping this will be an educational video so you can learn a little bit of what needs to be done before your shed is delivered. Now, our sheds are considered temporary structures, so for us you do not need a permit. And because of that reason, all you need is a level gravel or concrete pad. Now you can do concrete. It is rather expensive and it's hard to find these days. The economy is slowing down, so you can find it a little bit more readily than during the middle of the pandemic. However, what we typically will do is road base, and it really depends on how big your shed is. If it's something along the lines of a horse barn or something very large that you're probably not going to move, putting concrete pony walls might be the best solution for you. But for most people that are doing more of a backyard shed, a level gravel pad that is compacted is one of the best scenarios. That is something we can do. If you want to contact us, we can price that out for you. I would like to go over some of that in this video. Please stay tuned.
First, if you're dealing with a backyard, you want to remove the first several inches of your sod. You want to get down to the harder soil level, depending on your situation, and for most people, it's just a couple inches. Next, you're going to put down your base layer of gravel. This is the layer you're going to be compacting into the soil to make it a little bit more firm, and it's also the layer, your outer skirting that basically contains your pad, which for us is 4x4s, will be resting on. Next, you're going to want to take pressure-treated 4x4s, cut them at a 45-degree angle to fit, and drill between 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch holes in them to drive some rebar through, depending on the size of your rebar. You want to drive these rods all the way down into the ground, all the way around, and this will hold firm the outside skirting. This skirting is going to contain the extra gravel you're going to spread on top of this road base that you're putting down for the very base of your pad. It's also important to note that you're going to want to put gravel below the outside skirting so that the water drains away from the bottom of the pressure-treated posts. If you don't do this, you're going to increase the rot factor on your outside skirting. Once you've finished the outside skirting install and you've driven all the rebar into the ground, make sure you've also screwed in the outside 45-degree angles on your skirting. You want to keep spreading the gravel within the pad. Just want to make sure you don't put too much in. You want to keep compacting it within each spread to make sure you're getting an even distribution. In between each layers of the spread, make sure you're checking to make sure it's level. This is one of the more important parts of the job. When you have finished the pad, just make sure everything is laser level and highly compacted. Our sheds come between 2 and 5 skids, depending on the size of your building, and each one of those load-bearing sides we want to sit on equal amount of footing and terrain. We do not block our buildings. This adds to the longevity of the buildings, and that really depends on the foundational base, which is the pad. For this pad, we only had to put one layer of 4x4s down on the outside skirting. Your pad, you may need to put 6x6s or 4x4s with multiple layers building on into a hillside if it's extremely unlevel. Once you finish, just make sure it looks exactly like this and you should be good to go for your shed install.
Well, that is all for now. I hope you found this video extremely helpful. And if so, feel free to subscribe and tap that bell notification. It'll let you know when we drop more content here, which we're planning on releasing as we build this channel. Thank you all for watching. And as always, from all of us here on the Ogden lot from Montana Shed Center, I hope you have a very blessed day.